No way, bro, for numbers, for digits. No, it doesn't feel real to be seen for digits actually here. What's going on, guys? Zeus here. What to say, the channel just got to 1,000 subscribers and I'm extremely happy about it. I can't believe that the channel got to such an important milestone, and that's why today I wanted to celebrate it in a very special way. I decided to come up with a video that's extremely different from all the other uploads that I did so far. Today I will be showcasing my entire shiny collection, all the Pokemon that I was able to put together since that very far 2020. But with that being said, enjoy the video. We will start from the Pokéradar, then we will see the other ones actually. I will try and go pretty quickly with the Pokéradar ones, but I still want to give also to these Pokemons their importance, because they were important, because it was because of the Pokéradar that I got into full loads in the end. First of all, we got my full shiny line of Shinx, shiny Luxio, and shiny Luxray. I wasn't giving nicknames back then, so like half of these ones won't have nicknames, the other ones will. I wish I started giving nicknames earlier, but I didn't. Luxray is signed with a star, and that's because this one was full odds actually. I started hunting with the radar in the first routes, so route 202, 201. I was actually trying and Pokéradar chaining for it, and I got a full odds one without a shiny patch. Chain of 0, like there wasn't even Shinx in the chain actually. And I'm in love with this one actually, because it is jolly too, caught in a luxury ball. The only problem that pisses me off about this one is that I was using a console that back then I wasn't used to be using, because it was my sister's console, and got the date messed up. I went insane when I noticed it, but that's how it is actually. The World Starly line, so Shiny Starly, Shiny Staravia, and Shiny Staraptor, and as you can see, Staravia got a star, because this one was a full odds one actually, and this was a random shiny. Also one of my first random shinies, this was caught in 2019. Geodude line, another one that was supposed to be caught with the radar, but not really, because this Golem, that was a Geodude, was a random shiny again. Something that is important is that I was actually hunting when I found this random shiny, so I don't really consider it a real random shiny. Luxio and Geodude were actually hunted. Then we got Shiny Snorunt, Shiny Glalie, Shiny Frozlass. These ones got the nickname. I really wanted to go for this one. It is a Pokemon that I never had the chance to use during a playthrough, because I had Pearl actually, so every time I had to use the radar if I wanted to encounter it. Now we got a Shiny Buizel line, so Buizel and Floatzel. No nicknames unfortunately, these one were one of the first ones that I went for. I was synchronizing for these two. This one wasn't a great nature, it's relaxed, but this one is jolly, so broken, so good. Also, I EV trained all of the final forms that you can see here. The Pokemon that you can see here were all of them hunted in different chains, apart from Snorunt, that I caught like 3 in the same chain. Because back then, I didn't like to be getting this many shinies back to back actually, so yeah. Then we got the shiny Sneasel line. Not a shiny that I really like actually, but I see it being of this very bright pink. I'm not the biggest fan of shiny Electrike, but I am of shiny Manectric. I love it. I synchronized for it. Team Natured, looking so great actually in the luxury ball too. I love this one. Anyway, then we got the guy himself, Bidoof and Bibarel. I was very tempted to be using these two as these slaves in my main file, but they are shinies, like I can't actually load the value this much. One that to me is broken when it comes to ugly looks. Not Meditite, but Medicham is broken. Looks so good. Then we got Shellos and Gastrodon. I didn't want to collect like a double line. I went for the pink one. It is the one that I like the least actually, and I kept it as a Shellos. And then Gastrodon. Shiny Pachirisu, jolly by the way. I wasn't synchronizing for it, so not bad. Then we got a Pinsir. The nickname for this one is Adrian, because of the fact that I caught a shiny Heracross that I named Rocky. Then we got one of my favorite ones actually, my shiny Metagross, probably the one that I abused the most of. Unfortunately it doesn't have a nickname, I wasn't synchronizing for it. This one came as a Beldum in a chain of 20. It was caught in a Master Ball actually, because it was about to struggle. I knew that Beldum was pretty tough to be caught. This one was actually my first ever Master Ball used on a shiny. I have no regrets at all. You encountered this one in the Sandstorm, so it's not the easiest, but chain of 20. Then here, say goodbye to a regular Smeargle. This one is in memory of a shiny Smeargle that I failed, still haunted with the radar. As you can see, the nickname of this one is Fail with a sad face. Pretty easy situation actually. I used a quick ball, it used a sketch, it failed. I used full swipe and it struggled. That's it, pretty much. And this was the first Smeargle that I went for, like the first ever one that I found, and it was failed. It was also like a pretty easy chain of 12. Then we got two very special Pokemons that I collected super recently, actually, the most recent shinies that I collected with the radar. Two shiny Golducks. The first one is named Lux and the other one is named Pokemon. So the actual criterion behind these nicknames is that I was going for 4 damp Golducks. This one got a 50% probability of being with damp. So what I was doing is that every single Golduck that didn't have damp was gonna be nicknamed after people that I met thanks to shinyhunting. The first one was Lux, so shout out to him. He was the first person that I actually met online and also IRL actually. And then we got Pokemon, that was the first ever person that wrote a message in one of my streams, so that's it. Here we got the first box dedicated to the utility Pokemons, so the Pokemons that I like to use when I hunt. We got my 4 legendary shiny Smeargles, Wizard 1.0, Wizard 2.0, Wizard 3.0, and Wizard 4.0, the goats, the one that helped me during all my catches actually. Let me showcase them properly. And all of them got like a pretty decent nature actually, because this one is timid, this one is also timid, this one is jolly, and this one is adamant. I wasn't synchronizing for any. An interesting coincidence actually. The first one that you can see was the one that was coded after the fail that I showcased before. These 3 were coded later, all of them in a chain of 40, just because I was starting to buy more devices and I needed more Smeargles to be able to not to fail anything. Then we got my 4 shiny Golducks with damp. So damp 1.0, then 2.0, damp 3.0, damp 4.0. Collected them like a month ago. We are now in the most important box actually. Shiny Lugia, I'm in love with this one actually. I also really like how this sprite looks. I think it is awesome in Sinnoh. This was my first ever full out shiny hunted, caught in a Master Ball, unfortunately, but it looks very good in a Master Ball. As you can see, the OT is Zeus. Sometimes I was nicknaming my character Ale, that is my name. Sometimes Zeus. It is bold, 21st of December 2020, so my actual adventure started in 2020 with full out shinies, thanks to this Lugia. Then we got a shiny OO. I was hunting for it, raw, so with the phone recording my hands, moving on the device. This one was single hunted, also Lugia was single hunted. Lugia took 7,000 encounters, OO 4,200. Then we got the shiny trio. We got a shiny Regirock, a shiny Regice, a shiny Registeel, and a shiny Regigigas. This is probably one of the most insane experiences that I had in my life with shiny hunting. I started 2023 with this trio and I couldn't wait to be hunting for this trio, and I completed the whole trio in 3 days. This one came like a bit later, level 1. Now I'm looking for the other shiny legendaries at level 1. Then we got shiny Yuxi. This one was the only shiny that wasn't on camera after I started the YouTube channel, because I was like on holiday and I really wanted to hunt. I was single hunting for Yuxi. I was like, I'm not finding it, but I want to get progress, you know. I found it. So I don't have the clip to show for, unfortunately. Then we got a shiny Mesprit found in Platinum. It came after 2,200 encounters, single hunted. This one is my second roamer found, because the first one will be shown later. Then we got shiny Azelf. Looks very, very good actually. I really like it, but Yuxi is the one that looks the best in my honest opinion. Like the golden shiny looks very good. So that's the Lake trio. Then we got my favorite shiny legendary trio ever. Shiny Dialga, shiny Palkia, and shiny Giratina. All of these 3 came live apart from Palkia. That was the first one that I hunted for. They are insane. They are like, all of them 3 are tier S. This one was hunted in Diamond, this one was hunted in Pearl, as you can see from the levels, 47, 47. Giratina was hunted in Pearl. Surprise, I will be hunting for them again, apart from the Sinnoh Ruin. I will get them in the Sinnoh Ruin at level 1, but I will also be hunting again for all of them 3 in Platinum, and it will be live. Then we got shiny Arceus in a Splash Plate, that is my favorite one. Then we got a shiny Arceus in the Spooky Plate. This one was crazy, this one was found in the last encounter of the session. First time it happens to me. Then we got like many shiny Darkrai's. 4 shiny Darkrai's. The first one, level 40, was called the Avoid Glitch. I didn't know about the possibility of like unlocking the events for free. Basically, I just glitched the game and went for a shiny Darkrai. This one, sadly, is another one called in a Master Ball. The only one together with Lugia and Metagross, because I was too scared to fail it actually. Then we got the timid Darkrai arc, so triple shiny Darkrai here. Impish natured, careful natured, and timid natured, all of them caught in a premiere by always sticking to the plan. Here we got a shiny Shamin. I would have loved to be showcased showcasing it in the sky form right now, but whenever you drop it into the box, it goes back to regular, so... And then we got the actual duo, Shinyhunter, that actually started the past year, and a Shinyhunter. These two put together made me do 60,000 encounters total. These one were caught via event. All of these ones were like unlocked with the event, apart from this one that was caught with the glitch. Anyway, the last one is Raikou. This one is very meaningful to me actually. This one is what made me understand that I wanted to commit more into shiny hunting actually, because I wanted to hunt for the next level shinies, so the roamers. This one, I like to do things gradually. This one was the most affordable roamer for a beginner roamer hunter, so I went for it, and I knew that I was committing so much that I couldn't not show it on YouTube, so I had to do it. So there we go, I started the channel because of this. It was actually an excuse. I just wanted to give more value to what I was doing. I was double hunting for this one. I'm still yet to have Entei, but there will be time for it. Anyway, that's actually it for my shiny legendaries. Now we can actually move to my shiny starters. These are all the starters that I got in Gen 4. These three, Bulbasaur, Charmander actually, and Squirtle, were moved from Kanto. Not something that I stick to. I don't move shinies anymore from gen to gen. Here there are like 3 spots left because I'm missing the OM ones. Here there are all my Johto ones. Here there is a shiny Chikorita fail. That's unfortunate. I was doing other things. I was resetting very quickly and I failed a shiny Chikorita. Here there is a shiny Chikorita, a shiny Bayleaf, and a shiny Meganium. Meganium looks pretty solid actually. Overall I got 4 shiny Chikoritas actually. My only 2 targets were Cyndaquil and Totodile, and I got 1 and 1, but at least I got them. Level 100 Typhlosion, level 100 for Alligator. These one were some of the first hunts that I did. As I told you, like I like to do things very gradually. I was studying a bit the hounds. I knew like these ones were pretty fast. Also I like these Pokemon, so I just wanted to blast some phases. Then we got the Gen 4 starters, Shiny Torterra, Shiny Infernape, and Shiny Empoleon. I'm in love with all of these 3. They are so great in my honest opinion, in the regular form. Then there is Torterra. I think the shiny form isn't the best, but it's still very good. I just love the Pokemon, so I will be okay with the shiny too, I guess. I hunted for Infernape with 1 device, then I added another device because I bought my first ever Platinum, so I was hunting on Pearl and Platinum, 1 and 1, and I got Chinchar on Platinum after 1,400, so very good. Piplup was a bit more tough, it was like almost 6,000, and then there was Turtwig that was 13,000, and it was my first ever shiny obtained on capture card. Pretty meaningful to me too. And that's pretty much it for the starters. Here we go, like some shinies actually that don't really have a background. Gengar, this one was my first ever shiny Pokemon found in my entire life. I'm not really like a lover when it comes to the Great Ball, but for this one works pretty good. April 25, it is actually a day before my sister's birthday and 4 days after my birthday. Solid, I guess. Then we got a shiny Tauros. This one is not a crazy shiny. I found it outside of the Safari Zone in Johto. I was just leveling up the Pokemons. I remember like as if it was yesterday that I was just like laying down on the couch. Then I saw this sparkle, I just jumped, I started screaming. All of these 2 were random. Shiny Chingling, this one is another random shiny. I got it in the Mount Coronet. I was just playing through the game and I stepped on a shiny Chingling. Now you will be like, bro, how many random shinies you find? Yeah, like I got lucky, honestly, but it makes sense actually. Because back then, like I was playing through the games like an infinite amount of times and I was encountering like so many random Pokemons actually, because I like to level up the Pokemons with the random encounters. So fair enough, but I mean still, when I got Ghastly, Chingling, and Staravia, they were completely random, like I wasn't actually looking for encounters. Shiny Lapras, this one was pretty recent, found in 2024 as the first member of my Shiny Water Quest. Then here we got Shiny Azumarill. The nickname is also misspelled, but this one was so lucky actually, so lucky. I was doing the double encounters in the Victory Road, in which Arcanine is the ally. This one was my target actually, 15%, and I got it first phase. I'm pretty lucky when it comes to the phases, not really lucky when it comes to the encounters. Then we got a shiny Feebas. This one was my first ever shiny found live streaming. First ever shiny that I found with the rod. First phase too, it was a 50%. Shiny Heracross, found first phase. Once again, that's at 30%. This one is nicknamed after Rocky Balboa. I was hunting for it it with the headbutts. I really like this sound actually. I love headbutting. I think it is my favorite way of encountering Pokemons. I really like when it comes to big Pokemons that like such a low level. This one is level 4. It is big. I like it. Then here we got a shiny Drifloon, nicknamed after the Speedy Cloud in Dragon Ball. One of my first shinies found live actually. This one was the second one. After Raikou, this one was the one that I went for. Here we got a shiny Rotom. This one is named after a villain in One Piece, one of my favorite villains. Then we got a shiny Dratini. This is my first ever shiny found in the game corner, nicknamed after a dragon that appears in One Piece. At first I wanted to evolve this one into Dragonite, but I will not because the nature like isn't the best. It is calm, as you can see, so I will not in the end. Also because I will be hunting for another Dratini in the game corner and another Dratini in the wild. Here we got a shiny Electrode. Kamikaze is the nickname. I guess you can guess why. It likes to explode. But it couldn't explode when I caught it, so I was pretty safe. My third ever shiny found live. I really like Electrode actually, also Voltorb. I prefer Electrode. This one is pretty useful and came in handy because of the ability. It got soundproof, so I also struck the good ability. Here there is a shiny Eevee that is actually nicknamed Mermaid. I still have to evolve it actually, but I want to evolve it into Vaporeon. Even if it is timid is good for Vaporeon, but it would be better for like Espeon or Jolteon. But my favorite evolution is Vaporeon. Back then I wanted to evolve it into Vaporeon. I will be evolving it into Vaporeon one day, I don't know when. Here we got a very important one actually, shiny Riolu, named after the person that actually saved this shiny, that was Jujef, so thank you so much again. This shiny got a very interesting background. We can actually call it the reverse Manaphy. I would suggest you to check out the video that I uploaded dedicated to this one. I basically etched a shiny Riolu that ended up not being shiny in the party, so I lost this shiny and then I was able to get it back. This egg is very interesting because this egg actually contains a shiny Riolu that if I etch in this file right now will not be etched as a shiny because of the problem that I got in the video, so check it out. This one is my first ever drinking quest, my first one and my only one. As you can see here, there is a shiny Togekiss. This one is very interesting, doesn't have a nickname because I caught it like super long ago. The whole drinking quest was live, but I don't have the reaction for this Togepi because it got etched as a Togepi. This one is my shortest ever round. I got it after 96 eggs full odds and I wasn't hunting for it. Second member is Oretress, nicknamed Lagerta after the Vikings character. This one was pretty interesting actually. This one was a Netbat hound. I phased a couple times for this one, but we will see the phases later. I really like this shiny actually, I really like this Pokemon. Then we got one of my favorite ones ever, shiny Electivire, level 100. I really used it a lot. This one is a beast, it is adamant. I synchronized for it. One of the rules of my shiny Dream Team Quest competitive edition is that if I had the chance to, I had to use synchronize every time I could. I just had to cut down illuminate or whatever was making my hound be more optimal because I had to give the priority to synchronize and it worked out actually. This one is adamant and this one got a pretty special video. I didn't have the audio of that video unfortunately because I got a problem with the microphone during that clip. When I found out about it, I literally took the keyboard and threw it against the wall, but I ended up with a very cool concept in the end because the only way that I could actually recover that video was by doing a sort of coverage. So what I did was uploading the clip and just covering my reaction. Elekid was found with Fire Red and Leaf Green. I was paying a lot of attention to the Pokemon because I was really scared of not noticing it. This one is named Danger and this is a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. There is an archetype that was one of my favorite archetypes because of the fact that this one is an electric Pokemon. It is super cool in my honest opinion and I named it after them. Then we got shiny Shiftry. This one is nicknamed Shinobi just because it is a male. This is such a messed up shiny actually. I'm super attached to this Pokemon. Like I really like Seedot. I really like hunting with like Headbutt. The problem of this Pokemon is that, I mean, synchronized worked as you can see, it is adamant, but I evolved it before it being able to learn moves that it had to learn. I didn't know that. I had to evolve it to include it in the clip for the Dream Team Quest because I was showcasing the final stage and I messed up the whole Pokemon. Anyway, then we got Fujiko, the shiny Ninetales. This one was caught as a Vulpix. The Vulpix had Roar and I prevented it with the shiny Electro that I showed you previously. I single hunted for Vulpix. This one gave me like so many emotions. I loved hunting for this one. I found Vulpix as my almost last shiny of 2022 and as you already know, as I always say in every single stream, I really love to start a journey and finish it before the end of the year. And yeah, it actually made not only my day because I found it and I had to hang out in like half an hour. I found it like I was on the moon. on the moon literally. But also the days after, I was super happy actually, because this one was the last member. But the last one that I'm showcasing right now is Charizard, triple haunted for Charmander. Unfortunately, I couldn't synchronize for this one. The nickname is Armageddon, broken nickname in my honest opinion, and that's it. This was actually the Drinking Quest competitive edition. Here we got other two quests that are still ongoing, as you can see. We got Trafalgar, the shiny Aerodactyl, first member of my shiny fossil quest. Super happy that this one decided to be the first one to shine, because this one is the only one that doesn't have a brother. The name is Trafalgar just because I didn't know how to nickname it when I got it. I was like extremely chilling, like I wasn't thinking about a nickname at all, and I was watching One Piece. There was Trafalgar Law on the screen. Trafalgar Law is one of my favorite characters, so Trafalgar was the nickname. Then we got shiny Cranidos. Inosuke is the nickname, pretty self-explanatory if you have seen Demon Slayer, I guess. One of, honestly, like my favorite shinies, unironically. Not this one, but Rampardos, I love it. Then we got shiny Lilip. Lil Peep is the nickname. Pretty fair, rest in peace. Honestly, a tier S shiny, in my honest opinion, looks insane. This is actually the last fossil that I got. We got the beginning of the Game Corner quest. Here we have Peach, the shiny Alakazam, female, timid, with Synchronize, found in the Game Corner. And then we got Pikachu, the shiny Sandshrew, second member of the Game Corner quest. Pretty cool. Then we got a triple shiny Utoot. All of these three were phases of my shiny Dream Team Quest competitive edition that I just showcased. We got a triple shiny Ditto. This one was part of one of my, in the end, favorite journeys. In fact, as you can see, there is a Whismur in this box. This was a journey dedicated to a first live on YouTube. I phased it 8 times before getting a Whismur. I did 80,000 encounters with the ON sound, and I got 3 shiny Dittos, 2 shiny Miltanks, a shiny Farfetch'd. I really like Farfetch'd. Actually, it doesn't look great in Platinum at all, but in Johto it looks amazing in my honest opinion. And a shiny Fearow. These 7 were the phases that made me be able to finally get to Whismur, my first ever first live on YouTube, found after 31,000 encounters. This was my longest ever round actually. Together with Latios was probably the one that gave me like the biggest emotions. I found Whismur in this exact date, 20th of December. That actually isn't the 20th, but it was or the 21st or the 23rd actually. I had to change the date because of the fact that I needed to use the ON sound. I was able to end the journey right before the end of the year, being able to complete the year with an insane find to me. That actually took me 31,000 by itself. The previous 7 Pokemons took me 50,000. And by the way, as you can see, it is also Adamant. I was using Illuminate and a Repel Trick. This was one of my favorite journeys actually. Then, shiny Marowak. This one was a phase done in the Rock Tunnel for Onix. The nickname is referred to a TV show. I don't know if you have seen Bones. Here we got a double shiny Krabby. The first one is Patty, just because of Krabby Patty. And the second one is Ollie Crab. Doing a Repel Trick for Steelix. I got away with a shiny Krabby that was a 6%. So pretty rare. Not the rarest thing that I got, because I got multiple 5%, but 6% is still pretty cool. This one came after the previous Krabby, but in another round, still in the Cliff Cave, but without the Repel Trick. So this Krabby was a 15% as far as I remember. Here we got a Golbat that was another phase in the Cliff Cave, and another Golbat that is a Crobat right now. The whole journey was structured in this way. I was hunting for a shiny Steelix, as you can see here, with a Repel Trick that was not the optimal Repel Trick because I wanted to phase, and in fact it was a level 20 Repel Trick with Magnet Pull, and I got a Krabby. Then second phase I found Steelix, still wanted to hunt in the Cliff Cave because I love the place and it is not really popular, even if it should be in my honest opinion. So I set Onix as the target because I wanted to complete the line, why not? But I ended up finding many things but Onix, so what I did was, after having phased on another Krabby, double Golbat and a shiny Misdreavus that you will see later, I decided to switch to the Rock Tunnel and do another Repel Trick, setting as the target Onix. I got a shiny Marowak. I would have loved to find a Kangaskhan, but I didn't, and then I got Onix. I want to cover a little bit more these Golbats actually, because this shiny Golbat that you can see here is pretty special, because as you can see it was caught the 20th of April. This one was almost a birthday shiny. If only I was shifting my hunting session of like 3 hours, this one would have been a birthday shiny, but it didn't in the end. I got another Golbat, and this one is even more insane because this is Jolly. I didn't synchronize for it. I'm in love with the nickname of this one actually. The name is Bat E-Man, so Bateman or Batman. It is a bat, and Patrick Bateman. I guess like everyone knows him actually, and he played the Dark Knight, so everything was super clean. Probably my favorite nickname ever. Then we got a Shiny Onyx found in the Rock Tunnel after one phase, and Shiny Steelix found in the Cliff Cave, named Optimus after Optimus Prime. I got 2 Shiny Misdreavus, one in the Cliff Cave, this one was an 8%, and this one found in the Eterna Forest. I had 2 journeys in the Eterna Forest, one was off camera and the other one was live. The one that I got off camera got me a double Shiny Rampole. Basically, the nicknames are Mark and Cindy just because I was expecting to be phasing like on many Rampoles. I didn't want to waste my time thinking about nicknames, so what I did was just I was nicknaming them after random people's names. The journey ended up with a Misdreavus found. I was double hunting in Pearl because I didn't have Diamond back then. Then I got my second journey in the Eterna Forest that got me a Shiny Markrow first phase during a morning stream. I really like this one. Actually, this one came right after Larios, 31,000 encounters, but it was a first phase, 20%, pretty sick. I was co-daunting in Diamond. I was expecting to be doing like many phases in the Eterna. I wanted to do many phases in the Eterna. I love that place. I wanted to stay there as much as I could. So what I did after finding Markrow is that I basically set Baneri as the target, hoping to do some phases or get away with a Shiny Baneri. And that's what I did. I got away with a Shiny Baneri first phase again. We got a Shiny Raticate. The nickname is pretty funny actually. It is Adamant, by the way. This one was the first phase for my Shiny Vulpix. Fun fact, Raticate is also the only Shiny that I was missing from the route in which I was hunting for Whismur. In the repel trick that I was doing, Raticate was at 3%. This is the first journey that I did in the Stark Mountain. As I already told you, my favorite place. I set as my target Weezing, a 15% with the same concept that I applied to the Eterna actually. So I set a rare target because I want to do many phases, and then whenever I will get the target, I will be okay. I got Weezing first phase. Then I set as my target Macargo, and I got another Weezing. Fair enough, a double 15%. But I'm pretty happy actually because Weezing is in my top 5 favorite Pokemons ever when it comes to the shiny forms. And I stepped on a Shiny Coughing, a 5% in the Stark Mountain, as I was telling you before, that you have a 50% chance of catching it. I failed it. That's why there is a regular Coughing here, and I reclaimed it in the Barnet Tower in Pokemon Earth Gold and Soul Silver. And then I went directly back into the Stark Mountain and I got my Shiny Macargo, 40%, named Gary after the SpongeBob character. We got the last 2 shinies that I'm able to show for in Gen 4. I found Icans when I was still not on YouTube, and it took me 14,001 encounter. I was just raw hunting and I got a Shiny Icans. I didn't have anything back then. I wanted to grind some shinies. If I was lucky, I was getting a Marip. I didn't get lucky. I got a Shiny Icans, but the past year I came back stronger. I set up a repel trick and I got a Shiny Marip nicknamed Tesla. This one came first phase. Repel trick level 6 with Static in the route 32. This is my little collection in Gen 4. Now we will move to Gen 3. Here we have my first ever shiny in the Safari Zone that I was able to keep, and I'm super happy about it. A shiny Venomoth, 5% in the Kanto Safari Zone, found in Fire Red and caught thanks to the bait strat. I got shiny Paras. I nicknamed it Height just because of a pun, Paras Height. And basically this was the end of my first ever Safari week. I ended up finding 2 shinies and I caught both. Then in my second ever Safari Zone, I got another 5%, a Nido Rare, shiny Nidorina, 5% found in Fire Red. Then we got another shiny Nidorina that is a 5% in Fire Red code. Shiny Nidoran Male code 2. Like I got super lucky in the Safari Zone in general. Then we got a shiny Ryan nicknamed Rusty because of the color. This one was a broken one because it is adamant natured. I wasn't synchronizing for it, of course. And then sadly we got our first Safari fail, that is a shiny Ryan. That's it. My first ever Safari fail. It had to happen. It happened. Fair enough. There is my second and last Safari fail. There was a shiny Execute after 20,000 encounters. Unfortunately, that's it. I mean, I can't complain. Like my score is 6-2 so far in the Safari Zone, so I definitely can't complain. And then we got the last 2 shinies that are a random shiny Magneton. This is a 15% nicknamed Hat-Trick. This one is an insane find actually, because I was on Larios and Larios, then I got Larias, then I was hunting for Larios and Phoebus. While I was hunting for those 2 Pokemons, I was in the meanwhile also playing through Fire Red, and I stepped on a shiny Magneton and I caught the reaction live. I didn't have the Sparkles live because I wasn't streaming the console, but I actually caught the reaction live, and it was insane because I'm not used to play through the games while I hound. So it was very interesting actually. Unfortunately, it didn't happen live, so like live streaming. I was just recording because I wasn't streaming yet, but it was very, very funny actually. Also because this one is tough to recognize, unironically. I was playing on an SP and I couldn't really see, like there is a pretty bad quality when it comes to the screen, but I saw these sparkles like super quickly with the tail of my eye and I was just all done. And then we got the last Gen 3 shiny. This is a shiny Magikarp nicknamed Barati after a One Piece environment that I really like. When I was hunting for Magikarp, I was double hunting for Lapras and double hunting for Magikarp. Then I got Lapras, and in the session right after finding Lapras, I got this Magikarp. So I was quad hunting for Magikarp, and it was the first session in which I was quad hunting for Magikarp, but I found it on Fire Red, and it was a file that I was previously using when I was also hunting for Lapras. With this Pokemon, together with Lapras, I got extremely close to my ultimate shiny hunting dream, that is to find 2 shinies at the same time on camera. Lapras was found after 3900 and something, and this Magikarp came after 4040 encounters. As I said, it shined on a cartridge that I was already using before, so if only they were a bit closer, they could have shined in the same moment actually. But it didn't happen, but it will. I believe in it. That's it for Gen 3. I will now quickly move to Gen 5. First Pokemons I'm gonna show are the 4 utility Pokemons that I got in Gen 4, and I moved to Gen 5. I hunted for these Smeargos with the Pokéradar, and I nicknamed them Wizard 5.0, 6.0, 7.0, and 8.0 to keep the dynasty going. I used these ones to hunt, and that's pretty much it, but I didn't hunt for them in Gen 5, so they don't really count. Then, that's actually it. These are my only shinies in Gen 5. Not many, but pretty lovely, I would say. Shiny Serperior, Shiny Emboar, and Shiny Samurott. So, Serperior is named Yagami after Light Yagami from Death Note. That is my favorite character of all time. It seems like a super smart Pokemon, so that's why. Then Fahrenheit, the shiny Emboar, and Tomioka, the shiny Samurott. Tomioka is one of the pillars in Demon Slayer, and it was the water pillar, so I hunted for them this year. That's pretty much it. I got pretty lucky, honestly. Oshawott was the first one. It shined pretty quickly. Then we got Snivy, that also shined pretty quickly, and during this journey we experienced something extremely weird that never got documented before my video. That was a glitch in the starter encounter. There is the video to show for if you're interested in it in my channel. Basically, I was soft resetting for a Snivy. I dropped 2 Snivies at the same time, and one popped out from a Pokeball with the regular Pokeball light, and the other one popped out with the actual same Pokeball animation, but the color was just dark. But the animation was the Pokeball one, and it was insane. Then we got a shiny Tepig that actually took a bit more, but still pretty fair. It shined after 13,000. That's it for the starters. Now we can actually go into my first ever journey in the wild. The journey in the Relic Castle. We got a shiny Yamask nicknamed Antic after a beautiful Italian cartoon. This one, together with Cofagrigus, are 2 of my favorite shinies in Unova. Both of them are in my top 5, and so is the last Pokemon that I hunted for in the Relic Castle, that I will show you later, and you can actually see in the box. This journey was so clean actually. It was another flawless journey that I had in 2024. Yamask and Sandile are 50 and 50. Krokorok and Cofagrigus are 50 and 50. I was double hunting for Yamask, double hunting for Cofagrigus. I got Yamask and Cofagrigus. That's it. Flawless. No phases. Everything was pretty smooth. Unfortunately, they got 2 of the worst natures possible. Cofagrigus, apart from being jolly, it is terrible, got this Spell Tag that is a 5% item. Then we got the last shiny found in the Relic Castle, that is actually my second favorite shiny of all time. Shiny Volcarona, nicknamed Amotherazu, cool pun actually. This one was a very cool journey. I was hunting for this one with the same layout that I dedicated to Arceus. When I hunted for Arceus the past year, I really wanted to have like a challenging catch. That is something that I didn't have, because I caught Arceus like super quickly with a Ultra Ball. This one, that was supposed to be an easy catch, ended up being a painful catch. In the end, after many troubles, many problems, we ended up catching it in a Ultra Ball too. So we got it. Unfortunately, it is impish, but that's pretty much it actually. That's my shiny collection. See ya.